Hello, I'm Emily Edwards, an intern with Climate Film, and what you just watched was Gamer, a film that has a lot of fun with video games. A short film in our Northern category, and with us today is the film director, Katie Prentiss. Katie, it's nice to finally meet you.
It's great to meet you as well.
So, my first question I like to start off with is, what was your thought process making the film and writing the film?
Yeah. Um, I so gamer to me started from having fun with our own imagination.
Mhm.
And one of the quotes that I love to share that I feel like really summarizes gamer and the attitude behind it is a quote by a woman named Brandy Freely.
Mhm.
And she says, the one thing that can really change your life and that you can fully control is your perspective. And so I love that because Gamer is a film about perspective and
Mhm.
taking a mundane scenario and even tension that we all experience in life and turning it into something positive, just like our lead character, Sam, does.
Mhm. I really noticed that the perspective from like the parents and the kid are very different. So what had made you come up with the idea of having the kid's perspective as a video game? Like what made you think of something like that? It's very
Thanks
unique.
for asking. Yeah, I'm a parent of four kids, and
Mhm.
I know how often adults take our perspective. It's grounded a lot in the stress of life, grounded in fear of making mistakes as a parent. And we often get it wrong with our kids. I see this with teachers, parents, like all kinds of adults in kids' lives. We think we know what's going on in the kid's mind and we get it wrong. And so I think Gamer, that perspective of things happening differently for the parents versus the kids is just to illustrate how often we project our own feelings and experiences onto other people and how that happens a ton with parent to child. And I want to show like how kids are often doing much better than we think when we're projecting in that way.
I completely agree. I will say that much.
Yeah.
Um, so I was curious because a lot of the films that I've seen are about usually like nature or problems with society and stuff like that. Why'd you choose to do something through a video game?
It's funny. The idea came across to me like very organically. I was driving to an audition for a gaming company,
Mhm.
and on that drive, I was kind of having a bad attitude about my day, and I thought, why are you going to turn this into something negative when it's something you're choosing and it's an opportunity that you're excited about? So instead of being grumpy, I was like, I'm going to turn this whole day into a video game in my mind. And I think a lot about the power of our imagination. And so often, like, our anxious moments or depressed moments, like a lot of the things that we think in our mind are really based in an imagination,
Mhm.
but it comes from a negative perspective. And so I really want a gamer to be about the power of us using our imagination for our own good. And
Mhm.
so we can take any scenario in our life and imagine it being really negative, or we can imagine it being really positive. And I wanted to illustrate that through a gamer mind frame, specifically because I think so often gamers and kids who love gaming get such a bad rep, like they're wasting their time or they're wasting
Mm.
their mind. And I just saw with some of my kids that this is a really beautiful creative way to use their mind, and it also created community for them as well. So there's a bunch of different reasons why I chose gamer, but those are some of them.
Do you think that adults should use their imagination a little bit more with daily tasks?
That adults should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? I think I think so often as we get older, we like um, dampen our imagination.
Hmm.
And again, I just think imagination is a powerful tool that we all have. And, just like Gamer used it just to get through like a basic common chore, I think why not make life more interesting and fun, right? And you do that with your imagination.
I will be completely honest. When I had to put dishes away, I would time myself on how fast I would get the dishes done. So like I really
Love
connected with that part of the film when he
that.
timed himself on putting the silverware away.
Totally. I've thought that before of like, I have to do this, so why not like make it into a game? That's so awesome.
I think it makes doing dishes a lot more fun, I will say.
Totally. Totally.
So you do a lot in this film. You are the director, a writer, a producer, and even an actress. How was it doing all of that?
I don't know that I recommend doing all of the things, but I was trying to film I chose to do Gamer kind of a month out of when we actually shot it. And
Hmm.
so sometimes it feels like more efficient just to like do all the jobs. I'm trying to learn and develop and grow as a filmmaker. And so getting to direct is a beautiful opportunity. Producing, I think anytime you write and create your own work, producing is a natural thing that you step into because you know it and you're the one, at the wheel, so to
Hmm.
speak, to make it happen. I do have an amazing team of people that I surround myself with. So, yes, I do a lot of jobs, but I also hire incredibly talented people that elevate any work that I do. And it feels like such a privilege to have people work on your projects like that.
Hmm.
So, and I do think acting in this one felt like it was a support role to Kai Bagley, our lead, and I feel like I could do it because I had such support on set from talented people.
So about your casting that you're talking about, how did you go about hiring and finding people just right for the film?
Yeah, thank you. I feel like we got such a great cast with Kai Bagley and then
Mhm.
Neil Green, who played Ben, the dad. Um, I sent submissions on social media postings, but I also checked in with a few of my agents to send me possible talent that could fit the roles. And then we had our talent submit self tapes, and then we did callbacks as well, if I can
Mhm.
remember correctly. Um, I had so many talented people audition for the main role of Gamer, and I also had so many talented people audition for the dad role as well. It was really hard to choose, but I think that makes it even more special to land on who our cast actually was. And
Mhm.
they did a phenomenal job. And the really exciting thing to share is that we just finished filming 2 more episodes to this film. And so I got to see our cast again.
That's what you were saying in the email. So on that, what made you want to make it into a series?
Yeah, I felt like it was such a cute spot. It's
Mhm.
such a short, digestible film that I thought if we're going to create this world, I want there to be more to the story. I want to see Gamer in different scenarios and see how this plays out in other
Mhm.
ways. And we kind of give a little hint in that in our credits,
Mhm.
like what might happen next or where Gamer might be next. And I felt like for the story and for our lead character, it was kind of a now or never moment because Sam is growing up in the real world, and if he's going to play, if Kai is going to play Sam again, like we needed to get it done. So I wanted to film 2 more episodes. They're probably going to be about the same length as the original Gamer, and we could have this little mini series going and see if it gets some traction.
Do you think small films like this is a great way for people who want to be in film, like actors and actresses, is a good stepping point?
Yeah, I think short films are a great digestible way to learn more about filmmaking, to learn more about different roles on set, to grow your skill set, to grow your experience, to grow your community.
Mhm.
I love how filming a short film locally can like employ people and give people jobs and opportunities. I'm a huge fan of that. So I always try to ask people what they want, like what's their end game with filmmaking and how can we make that fit. So creating short films has been a huge learning process for me, and I'm super excited to film a feature in the future as well.
So, how long have you been filmmaking?
Yeah, my first film was made in 2020,
Mhm.
so just a few years now. And Gamer, when we did episode 2 and 3 for Gamer, that would be my third and fourth film that I made.
So, before you started filmmaking, have you, because I know before I started thinking about film, I didn't really realize how many people it takes to make an hour of a film. So, were you kind of like that? You didn't realize how much effort and how much people do to make even a small film?
Absolutely. I think I started acting before I started making films, and
Mhm.
I think even as an actor, realizing I'll never forget like the first time you're on set and you see how many takes like one scene, how long one scene takes to film,
Mhm.
and how many different takes and options they give to that one scene is phenomenal.
Mhm.
The effort that goes into it. My first film I made during in 2020 during the pandemic, and so it was interesting in that time because it was right past when SAG-AFTRA created procedures that we could film during the pandemic, but it was very limited in crew and exposure and all of that. So my very first film, we had very limited cast and crew, and a lot of people were doing multiple jobs,
Mhm.
which is how a lot of indie productions happen. Um, but I think having people who know how to work hard and be kind at the same time is like the dream case scenario on set. Because often, if you have that, if you have people that buy into your project and really care about your film, they're going to support its success no matter what. And
Mhm.
it really truly feels like such a beautiful collaboration in that way.
Yeah, before I started getting into the whole film process, I don't think I really took an account in the people in the credits. Now I actually do look through the credits and I look for the place where I want to be when I go into film.
Yes,
And I was like,
yes,
wow, it took like eight of what I want to do, eight
yes.
people just to do this
Yeah,
one thing.
I'm the same way, Emily. Like, I love seeing the names in the credits and like giving honor to all of those people's work because
Mm.
it's really easy as a filmmaker or a director. Like, I'm the one on this interview right now, but like, yes, I did a lot of work for Gamer as I do for all of my films, but it wouldn't be possible without all of those hands on the project. And
Mm.
it just feels so incredible to be supported like that in the telling of a story.
No, it's really incredible that all these people, there's a lot of them too, that they all work together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So a lot of films have location changes, but yours does not. Did it make it a little easier for budget wise for the film?
Yes, I didn't understand that as much on my first film. And so I realized, oh, the lease location, cast, and wardrobe changes that you create on your set, the easier it is and the more cost effective it is.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I filmed Gamer on one location with the same day with that in mind. And definitely cuts down in cost and time filming.
And is there anything else you'd like to add about Gamer?
I just want to say thank you to all of our supporters who donated to Gamer, and I want to say thank you to Klamath Falls Festival for having us screen. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I always believe that our work isn't complete until it's witnessed, until someone watches it. And so having a festival like this support the work of filmmakers like me and giving us an audience and a viewing is a beautiful gift. So I'd like to say thank you for that. And then just a big shout out to Brendan Bodenhagen, my DP, my producers, my actors, my crew on set. Again, it was such a beautiful collaboration of some of the most talented and kind people in the industry, and I'm so thankful.
Thank you so much, Katie, for being a part of the Klamath Independent Film Festival.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.